Right. Indiegogo is a pretty different animal than Kickstarter. My experience was on Kickstarter. Now, and you haven't done any crowdfunding?
No. Not personally. I'm secondhand.
Okay.
With independent movies.
Oh yeah. Okay. What kind of movies and what platform?
I'm an actor.
Okay.
So I was involved as an actor. I wasn't involved in the fundraising.
Okay.
But I know that they used Indiegogo, and I think one of them used Kickstarter too.
Okay.
I just know that they were using the crowdsourcing too.
And they were successful?
Yes and no. Some of them were not successful, and a couple of them were. I know because we made the film.
Something's pretty amazing is that there's 2 Academy Award nominated films that were crowdfunded through Kickstarter this year. I mean, it really is kind of a force for good in the world. I mean, let me kind of back up and I'll tell you a little bit about my experiences and some strengths and weaknesses about some of the stuff that we did, and then, you know, I'd love to answer your questions. You said you were thinking about doing it. You know, let's talk about what you guys want to do. What happened to you with yours, and what worked, what not. Let's kind of go there. But so, long story short, I started working on the space elevator 12 years ago. First couple years we were under NASA's umbrella. That was really pretty great. For about 4.5 years we were independent, privately funded. When the economy crashed, we got crushed, and we were literally out of business for almost 6 years. April will be 6 years. But we had a large community. We had a lot of people interested in our project. So we decided to do a Kickstarter campaign for just $8,000. That was what we were asking for, to do a very specific, very limited experiment, robotic experiment. We're going to take a balloon, tether it to the ground with a robot climbing back and forth. Well, our campaign exploded overnight. It was really pretty amazing. And instead of $8,000, we got $110,000. So that surprised me.
Hence the numbers in the description.
Yes, that surprised me. I honestly thought we were going to be somewhere in the area of 15 to 20,000. I thought 25,000 would have been spectacularly amazing. I never, ever would have guessed 110. Like that was just, I couldn't have guessed that. So, as a result of that, a lot of things have happened. Our company is basically rebuilt. We're still super small, but at least we now think we have a path to go forward, and it really started as a Kickstarter project. So I wanted to kind of talk about, you know, some of the stuff that we did, and then, you know, if you guys have questions, let's talk about, you know, what you guys are thinking about.
Well, I just want to mention about the starting out at 8,000 and getting 110,000. One of the things I've noticed from years of doing eBay auctions, and I've noticed the same thing looking at successful and unsuccessful campaigns on Kickstarter. There are certain campaigns you know exactly why they fail, because they'll have bad descriptions and no descriptions and things like that. But you see others in like with the auctions, if you started high, I think people are reluctant to give anything because they look at it and they say, there's no way they're going to make it, why bother? If it's a lot lower, it feels more like this could happen.
Right.
So more people get involved in it because it seems more plausible.
You know, we actually got a lot of negative comments that we asked only for $8,000 because people thought that by asking for just $8,000 that we weren't serious about our goal. And we had to kind of really explain that the $8,000 was for a very specific, tangible, measurable experiment. That clearly $8,000 is not going to build an elevator on the moon, right? That's ridiculous. But we wanted to just do one experiment, and for us it was a test. It was a test to see if, you know, the community that we knew we used to have, if they were still interested. But we didn't do anything with eBay. I'm not sure what you were talking about.
Oh, I'm speaking more to the psychology of people putting down a number.
Yeah.
I've done a lot on eBay as well.
Yeah.
I've noticed it quite often. You can put too low a price on a product and they don't think it's worth it.
Right.
If you put a higher price on it, they'll go for it.
Yeah.
Too high a price on it, they'll ignore it.
Yeah.
So you gotta know what your community is.
Yeah.
Right there in the middle.
If you have the bargain hunters, I think they're maybe more likely to, and if you put it at a penny, I think it makes them suspicious.
Right.
Because I know it does me, I start looking, okay, where is it hidden in there that they're charging $100 for something?
Right.
But, you know, if maybe it's 20, starts out at 20, and then they'll bid on it. Seems like a realistic price, but maybe a lowish price for the thing, as opposed to starting out at 100, because you really would like to make 100 on it. Well, you got to give that up.
Well, you know, I'm a numbers nerd. I mean, that's kind of what I do, when I look at Kickstarter, I looked at all of the really successful campaigns, the ones